Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Joyce here. Unit 2, Lesson 1 is all about ecological organization. How the ecosystem or the environment is organized from smallest group to largest. Our learning goal for this lesson is that you should be able to define and sequence the levels of ecological organization from species to biosphere. So what does that mean? It means you should be able to define or explain what each level is, give examples, and you should be able to sequence the levels or put them in order from largest to smallest or smallest to largest, whichever way you're asked. All right, just trying to get this mouse pad to cooperate with me. Ecology, that's what we're studying, right? So let's first talk about what ecology is, and then we'll talk about how the environment is organized. So just very quickly, because I know this term is not new to you, ecology is the study. Anything ology has to do with the study of something. So it's the study of how organisms study of organisms and how they interact with each other and with the environment around them. So it's not just interspecies interactions, it's also between organisms and the non-living part of the environment. All right, so if we look at this graphic here, we can see that there are a bunch of circles, and the circles get bigger and bigger, and so does the concept that these circles are depicting. So if we take a look just at this one elk right here, the individual, see that's a small circle, and then as we move out, the circles get bigger and bigger and bigger, and each time we're actually talking about more and more and more of the environment and the different parts of the environment, which I'll explain more in detail as we move on. Okay, so that first smallest circle has to do with species, or just going to move myself up a little so that you can see. That individual organism, we have a picture of an elk here. He is one specific species. He can breed and produce fertile offspring. The next level of organization has to do with a group of one specific species. So instead of having one elk, we would have multiple elks. So this elk group or population lives together in the same environment, the same area. Okay, moving on from the population. So, let's just think for a second about our school. In school, we have different groups of similar species or organisms. So we have a group within the school that are teachers. We have students. We have administrators. We have custodians. We have nurses. And each of those populations or groups of individuals have the same job. If we move on to our school as a whole, the community, you can see that has to do with all of the different populations within the school and how they interact with each other and how they interact with the different groups. So in our school community, we have students who interact with teachers. We have teachers who interact with the administrators, and students who interact with the administrators or with the nurses, and so on and so forth. The community doesn't just include animals, it can also include all of the plant and different fauna within that specific area. The box turtles and the fox and the trees and the fern and the birds, the raccoon, the mushrooms, all different populations within this same community. Next, larger, has to do with the ecosystem. The ecosystem are all of those populations or that community, and then we want to include the physical environment. So before we were talking about just the living parts, and sorry, had a little technical glitch there. Okay, and then we also want to include some of these non-living parts of the environment that the living parts interact with, like water, air, rocks, soil. Okay, the ecosystem includes everything you see in that environment. Moving on from ecosystem, we move to the biome is the next bigger picture. It's a large community of vegetation and wildlife that are adapted to a specific climate. And there are 5 major types of biomes. We have the rainforest, the tundra, taiga, desert, temperate deciduous forest, grasslands. And then, of course, everything that's living in the physical environment on Earth would be the biosphere. So if you think of the Earth as being the largest, that would be the biosphere. That's the part of Earth where all living and non-living things are. All right, boys and girls, this has been our very short lesson on the levels of ecological organization. At this point, you should, again, be able to define and sequence these levels of organization from individual species all the way to biosphere. If you're not able to do that yet, then I highly recommend going back to the beginning and rewatching this video.